So let's talk about scheduling an appointment at your local Social Security office or visiting your local Social Security office. Again, this is Dr. Ed Weir. I was a former district manager of the Social Security Administration, the third busiest office in the country. So I can provide you some insights, tips, tricks, and secrets on how to schedule an appointment. So there are Social Security offices throughout the country, over 1,200 local offices. Those are called field offices or district offices. There are also some card centers. After 9/11, it was determined that it was too easy for some people to get Social Security cards, so they tried to make it a little difficult. And probably a little bit of a overreaction. They set up a bunch of Social Security card centers that did nothing else but give out Social Security cards, which they have been closing those down. We closed ours down, and just in the same building, we just did Social Security cards. In the same building, we just closed down a separate office, and it was a terrible idea to do that. It was just a matter of educating the staff and updating the computer system, and we didn't need a separate building. But that's neither here nor there. I'm going off on a tangent based on my few decades at Social Security. But anyway, there are Social Security offices throughout the country. There's also a bunch of local hearing offices, over 100 local hearing offices. That's where you go if you have a disability claim that was denied at the third level. We'll go over disability claims in the future. If you have any questions, again, on any of that, just give us a call, 888-817-0446, or go into mygovexpert.com and schedule an appointment. We've been happy to help you navigate the bureaucracy. We don't charge anything for our services. We'd be more than happy to help you out. There are also 10 regional offices throughout the country, and that's just kind of an internal part of the bureaucracy. There's 8 processing centers. Sometimes you'll hear Social Security employees call them payment center, but they're processing centers. And there's also 14 teleservice centers throughout the United States from Social Security. So how do you schedule an appointment? Number one, do you actually need an appointment? If you're filing for retirement benefits, for instance, or perhaps a disability claim, SSA.gov. Definitely go onto SSA.gov. In the future, I'll make a video and show you how to do a disability claim online. It's a pretty easy process. You just want to make sure you take all the time. And SSA.gov. In the future, I'll make a video and show you how to do a disability claim online. It's a pretty easy process. You just want to make sure you take all the time. And 721213, schedule an appointment. But you have to remember, these appointments are for initial claims. So if you want to file a brand new claim for retirement benefits, for disability benefits, for survivor benefits, for auxiliary benefits, child benefits, if you're receiving Social Security disability, one of those type of claim, lump sum death payment, the infamous $255, then you can schedule an appointment. It can be over the phone or it can be in the office, whichever you prefer. If you have a PE issue, as we call it internally at Social Security, which is basically a post-entitlement issue, then you usually can't schedule an appointment. For instance, if you disagree with an overpayment, you want to change your address, you want to get a 1099 or something, which you can do online at ssa.gov, set up an account. We highly recommend you set up an account. If no other reason, it makes it more difficult for someone else to set up a My SSA account in your name, pretending to be you. It's kind of difficult to set it up. It's supposed to be difficult so someone doesn't go in there and set up an account and change your direct deposit or something like that. But it's always good to set up your own My SSA account, again, to make it difficult for somebody else. Because if somebody else goes in there, pretends to be you, and starts making, starts inputting your information that they found in a dumpster or, released by one of the credit card companies, by accident, then you will get a notification. You'll get a text message or an email that it looks like you're trying to access it. So it's easier to shut that down. But if you have a PE issue, a post-entitlement issue, most offices don't take those type of appointments. I know in my office, we tried it several times, but it just didn't work out. Why? On a post-entitlement issue, we just had so many no-shows. We used to have a lot of scheduled appointments for post-entitlement type of issues, and then we'd call the person in the lobby. We think they are checked in, and they don't show up, and we have to give those people 5, 10, 15 minutes. Um, and so the employee just sits there and essentially waits for 5 or 10 minutes, and the person doesn't show up. It's amazing how many people don't show up for their PE issue appointment. So we just found it was a complete waste of time. It just slowed down everything else when you have several hundred people in the lobby and they're waiting and they see an employee just sitting there twiddling their thumbs because their appointment hasn't showed up yet. Then that doesn't help out anything. So we stopped doing that. Again, we tried it several times. Some offices that are not as busy, maybe they have post-entitlement issues. So definitely call your local office and see if you can have an appointment for whatever issue you have. But if you have an initial claim, call the 800 number.